buffalo. I don't want it to be a trip remembered because of dodgeball. I don't want it to be remembered because we're in a wonderful scene with the mountains. I don't want us to remember all of those things above what God's going to do with us this weekend. Because I wanted their lives to be life changed, to be impacted for their lives, okay? When they come home, that when their feet got off the bus, that their lives and their words would be, man, how awesome is God? Not, man, how fun was that trip? And I'm not saying that they didn't have a good time, because I think they will say that they did. But I think a lot of them, when they got off the bus, went, wow, it's time to get to work. It's time to glorify God with our lives. I think a lot of them were impacted in a way that they never thought that it would be. And I know that mine was. You want to talk about a steroid shot in the arm of encouragement? That trip was a steroid in the arm encouragement for me as a minister of realizing, man, these kids are going to change lives through the gospel. That God is going to use them in a mighty way. And this is something new for them, because they, I'm not Mr. Encourager all the time. But guys, I love you and I'm proud of you for the strides that you've taken. And I want you to know that. And not only do I want you to know that, I want everyone in this room to hear me say that to you. I'm proud of you and I love you. And congregation, support them in every way that you possibly can. Support them. And tonight, we're going to leave you with this idea. Can Jamie and Philip come here for a second? One of you turn around. Backwards. Yeah. Yeah, you stand that way. No. There we go. All right. What we have, and I've talked to Pastor Clyde about this, what we have left is we have about 15 or so long-sleeve T-shirts. And this is your object lesson for the evening, okay? These shirts say impact on them. And they say CABC Youth. Tonight, as a demonstration of your support to them, I'm going to ask you to buy one of these shirts. And where's the money going? The money is going toward our youth group to make an impact. And also Peace Center Ministries. Because these kids decided that, you know what, we want those ministries to be impacted as well. That if there's anything we can do to help out our community, we want that to happen. That we don't want the money all ourselves. Yeah, obviously we want our ministries to continue to be supported, but also we want to support our communities. And I can't give you exact sizes of what we've got left. But if you would like to do that, and if you would like to make that donation, I would ask you that you do that. As a demonstration of saying, you know what, I'm on board with this. I'm on board with them being an impact. I'm on board and supporting them. I'm on board with supporting the ministries that are in our community that are doing a fabulous job. I'm here to be an impact. Will you do that tonight? Will you make an impact? Will you help them to continue to be the impact that they're continuing and striving to be? Because you have a wonderful youth group with wonderful individuals. Will you continue to support them? And I thank all of you for coming out tonight and hearing what we have to say. And I thank you so much for being very attentive. And once again, I thank you for the prayers that we have received. I thank you for those who have financially supported us to go on this trip. I thank you so much. You have no idea how much that means. You have no idea what a stress relief it is for me as a youth minister of knowing that this congregation, if this youth group's in need, you always support us and you are always there for us. That is such a relief. And I thank all of you. And I say I thank you, but I also want to challenge you to continue to strive to be more of an impact as a church. To continue to be more of an impact in these youth's lives. To continue to have more influence in their lives. That the lives of their parents would drown out the influences of everything else going on in the world. That the influences of you as a congregation members would drown out all the other influences in the world. that you would have that kind of impact in their lives. And that's my prayer tonight for you, all of you. And if you would like to support us, you can see me afterwards. We're not going to do a public scene or whatever. And I'm going to turn over the rest of the service to our senior pastor, and he will dismiss us as he seems fit. So, Dr. Thomas, it's all yours.
Well, as the minister of music, sitting back and listening to our young people and sitting back and listening to our youth minister, I can describe Will in one word: intense. And that's not a slap against him, but you can tell he is passionate about one thing, and that's Jesus Christ. And I'm on board, Will. And young people, thank you tonight for sharing from your heart and sharing with us what God is doing in your life. We can see it all over your faces and in what you've shared tonight. We thank you, Will, for being called here and by God first and foremost, and by accepting our call as a church to come and serve as the youth ministered students and children. And tonight, I want us to close with a hymn. And if you need to respond in any way, if you need to just come to the altar and pray tonight, there might be something that you're dealing with that nobody else knows and that nobody else needs to know. But if you need to come and just spend some time in prayer, that's what this altar here at the front is for. Pastor Clyde will be here at the front. If he can pray with you on anything, then I know that he's willing to do that. And if you would like to make a commitment to Christ or rededicate your life or any other commitment that you need to make tonight, we invite you to come. But the song that we'll sing tonight in closing is hymn number 282, Living for Jesus. And I think that's the challenge that we've heard tonight, is that our lives should be an impact for Christ and His kingdom. And I ask that you can take your hymnal. The words will be on the screen as well. But hymn number 282, Living for Jesus. Let's stand and sing.
Living for Jesus, a life that is true, striving to please Him in all that I do, yielding allegiance, glad-hearted and free. This is the pathway of blessing for me. Oh, Jesus, Lord and Savior, I give myself to Thee, for Thou in Thine atonement didst give Thyself for me. I own no other master, my heart shall be Thy throne. My life I give henceforth to live, O Christ, for Thee alone.
Well, thank you, and young people, thank you for sharing with us tonight. I'm impressed with the ease in which you express your faith